With the recent strikes from Israel toward Iran, there's been one mention, especially with regard to the nuclear facilities. The one in Fordow has caught everyone's attention. Can it be destroyed completely? And is there a possibility that the damage has happened there? India Today's Sandeep Unithan decodes precisely how significant is the Fordow nuclear facility and how can it be damaged, if at all.
One of the key objectives of Israel's strikes against Iran, that's Operation Rising Lion, has been to attack and prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. How is Iran getting that nuclear weapon? It is by enriching uranium in a couple of key facilities like Natanz and Fordow. This is where Iran has its uranium enrichment facilities. They're buried deep underground, where you have these uranium centrifuges. They spin around and they process that hexafluoride, and they enrich uranium to a purity that it becomes bomb grade, and therefore it brings Tehran closer to nuclear weapons capability. Now let's look at the kind of attacks that Iran has been faced with from Israel, over 1,000 kilometers away. Israel has launched airstrikes against several targets in Iran over the last 5 days. They've struck at Tehran, they've struck at several military sites, including these two key nuclear facilities of Natanz and Fordow. Natanz is 9 meters below the ground. The uranium enrichment facilities are 9 meters below the ground. But Fordow, which is another uranium enrichment site, poses a problem. And I'll tell you why. Fordow is in the mountains of this province called Pars, which is southeast of Tehran. And the facility there, the uranium enrichment facility, is believed to be 90 meters under the soil, 90 meters deep under a mountain. It's practically impossible to attack. The only weapon in the world that can actually penetrate this depth and reach somewhere close to 90 meters is the GBU-57, or known as the MOP, the Massive Ordnance Penetrator. Now this is a very special kind of bunker buster that the United States developed several decades ago to precisely attack deep targets like this, underground command posts, nuclear enrichment sites, and all of those. This weapon is 6 meters long, and it has a weight of something like 11 tons. Now 6 meters is almost half the size of a city bus. It's a very specialized weapon, and because it's so heavy, it's 11 tons, it can be carried only by one kind of bomber. That's the US B-2 Spirit, that can carry one of these bombs and drop it on deep targets like this. So what the MOP really does is that it burrows straight down underground. Because it's so heavy, it goes down and then explodes underground. But this weapon is only possessed by the United States. This combination of the MOP and the B-2, only the US has. Israel does not have this weapon yet, which is why Fordow could be a target that Israel could not hit very easily. But even with this kind of a weapon, the GBU-57, the US would find it very difficult to target Fordow for one reason. The GBU-57 has a penetration depth of only about 60 meters. That's still short of the 90 meters that it would need to explode and target these uranium enrichment facilities that are something like 90 meters below the ground. So this is a problem for the US and for Israel. If they are to keep Iran away from getting that nuclear weapon, they will have to cripple or destroy possibly sites like Fordow. But for that, they will need specialized munitions like the GBU-57 or possibly use them in numbers that have not been used in the past to try and destroy this enrichment facility. But that could be the target of this joint US-Israeli mission if they choose to execute that in the next couple of days.